Hello, my name is Ed Lamontagne. I'm a member of the Housing Subcommittee for Simsbury's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council. I'm also the past executive director of the Simsbury Housing Authority. The Housing Subcommittee is currently working on the development of inclusive, affordable housing in the town of Simsbury. Affordable housing means different things to different people. What's affordable to one person may not be affordable to another. So, what is affordable housing? Affordable housing is housing that a household can pay for while still having money left over for necessities like food, transportation, and healthcare. That means that's what's considered affordable depends on a household income. The federal government typically defines housing as affordable when it consumes no more than 30% of the household's income. So, who needs affordable housing? Everyone, from high-income earners to hourly wage workers, to people experiencing homelessness, and everyone in between. The rent or home price that is affordable may vary from one household to the next, but the need for housing that is affordable is shared by everyone. What I am going to talk about today, however, is housing in the town of Simsbury for low-income or limited income individuals. Currently, there are 5 properties in Simsbury designated for limited or low-income individuals. First of these is the Simsbury Housing Authority, which is located at 1600 Hot Meadow Street. The SHA was created pursuant to Section 1840 of the Connecticut General Statutes to provide low-income public housing for qualified individuals. It should be noted that the Simsbury Housing Authority is not part of the town of Simsbury. The first of these apartments is the Dr. Owen L. Murphy Apartments, and these were constructed in 2 phases. Phase 1 was constructed in 1971 and consisted of 40 units. Phase 2 was constructed in 1973 and consists of 30 units. There are 21 one-bedroom and 49 studio apartments. To qualify, you have to be 62 and older or 18 and over on Social Security disabilities. Individuals must have income of $1,500 to qualify. Residents receive a $55 utility allowance for efficiency apartments and $60 for one-bedroom apartments. Residents must have 80% of their income limits of $62,600 for the single and $71,550 for 2 people. You cannot make more in income than the above amounts. Residents must be recertified on an annual basis. The second property of the Simsbury Housing Authority is the Virginia Conley Residence. This was built in 1989 and consists of 40 studio apartments. This is also considered congregate housing, which has 24-hour security, housekeeping, 1 meal per day, and social programs. There is also an assisted living component at an additional cost based on the individual's level of care. This service is provided by Masonicare. For Virginia Conley, there is no qualifying income. Again, 80% of income limits, $62,600 for a single, $71,550 for 2 people. Rents are based on income and medical expenses. And again, residents have to be recertified on an annual basis. The next property is Eno Farms, and that is located at 1602 Hot Meadow Street, adjacent to the Simsbury Housing Authority. This property consists of 50 1, 2, or 3-bedroom apartments. The property received funding in part through the Low-Income Housing Tax Credit Program. Therefore, a certain number of units are set aside for low-income households. These households must either earn less than 50% or 60% of the area median income to qualify for the units. Rents in these units are capped at a maximum of 30% of the set-aside area median income, which is adjusted for unit size. Some rental units may not be subject to LIHTC and therefore have higher rents and no household income requirements. The next property we're going to speak about is Ochakian Commons, and that is located at 100 Casterbridge Crossing, which is commonly known as Dorset Crossing. These apartments were built in 2015. They were designed and developed in partnership with the Connecticut chapter of the Multiple Sclerosis Society. Funding through the Low-Income Housing Tax Credit was utilized for the development of these apartments. There are 48 apartments consisting of 1 or 2 bedrooms. 40 of those apartments are for individuals with multiple sclerosis. 7 apartments are for individuals with developmental disabilities receiving services through FAVAR, and 1 of those apartments is designated for FAVAR staff. Residents pay for hot water and electric. For qualified residents, 40 apartments will have built-in rental assistance. Qualified residents will pay 30% of their income for housing expense. The state of Connecticut rental assistance program will pay for the rest. The FAVAR residents must have the ability to afford $986 a month rent based on income and other financial obligations. For those folks, there is no rental assistance available. The next program is Willow Arms, and they are located at 55 Elm Street in Terriffill. Mutual Housing acquired that development in July of 1997. Prior to that, those apartments were in danger of being converted to market rate housing. Willow Arms consists of 81 apartments, 28 of which are one bedroom, 53 are two bedroom. There is some income qualification for these apartments. Some units will pay 30% of tenants' adjusted gross income. The property also accepts Section 8 vouchers. Housing Choice Voucher Program is the federal government's major program for assisting very low-income families, the elderly, and the disabled. Eligibility for these apartments is based on total annual gross income and family size. Family's income may not exceed 50% of the median income. Housing choice vouchers are administered locally by public housing agencies. The PHAs receive federal funds from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development to administer the voucher program. Imagineers in Hartford manages Section 8 housing choice vouchers. Unfortunately, at this point, the waiting list is very long. The next property is the town of Simsbury that has 6 apartments throughout town for low-income individuals. All of these units are 3 bedrooms, and they are managed by Imagineers. Residents must have qualifying income according to the low-income limits, which is 80% of category, as outlined by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Housing Basics is part of the Town of Simsbury's Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council Housing Subcommittee. For more information on the DEI Council, go to Google and type in Town of Simsbury DEI Council, and you will find a number of links that will provide you with more detailed information.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.